Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Perez Brothers. I'm your host, DiNardo. With me, we have Neil. Neil, once again, you're on the postgame, and we get to talk about a glorious game.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm really glad I watched that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm very happy that Jim asked if I could replace him for tonight, and I agreed to it. I'm so ecstatic that I got to watch the offensive explosion by the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they scored 3 runs tonight. It was glorious.
First time in 30 innings. You know, that's historic stuff. So
I got to witness it. So thank you, Jim.
The Tommy Pham home run is going to carry us over for the next week.
Yeah. What a game. Pirates lose 9-3 today. And boy, like this game just wasn't set up by Bucko Brew this morning. And we were discussing how these teams are quite similar. This is going to be a pitcher's duel, like all 3 games. And the pitching on both sides is fantastic. I mean, they're both, as far as ERA goes, top 5 in baseball. As far as the hitters go, they're pretty bad all around. I mean, the difference was they have Bobby Witt Jr. That's at least what we were saying. Jim touts out there that, the Royals going to break a record. They have like 12 home runs at home. They're on pace for just 25 home runs on the season at home. It's so bad by the Royals when they're at home. The Royals had 4 home runs tonight.
Yeah, I think Jim was texting like, could you switch after like the Royals hit like their 2nd home run? So I think he was just trying to get out of this.
I'll say to be fair, he asked before. It was like 5:00. He asked.
Okay, fair enough.
And I agree. Yeah.
No, that was bad. Giving up 4 home runs to this Royals team is impressive. Not in a good way. And honestly, they probably could have even had even more. Like Salvador Perez almost went yard in the and was inches away from doing it. So it was a bad pitching night all around.
No, you're right. I mean, Canario ran as fast as he could, bounced off the wall trying to get it. Yeah, he does get did he get a double on that, or was it just a single? Because I know it was a running.
I think it was a double, but honestly,
thought he had a home run.
That was so long ago, man.
Yeah, it was.
Valiant effort by Canario. I'll give him that. Like, he really did put his body on the line for that, but
he did.
No, it was a double. Even Perez isn't gonna. Even Perez is fast enough to make sure that's a double.
But yeah, this is like just one of those really pathetic games. I mean, at least for the longest, it was always the broken record of, well, the offense stinks, but shout out and kudos to the pitching today. That's not the case today. The pitching was bad. I mean, top down, everybody from start to finish. However you want to look at it, every pitcher that entered the game essentially, except for David Bednar, who threw 7 pitches. Like everyone was just bad. None of them did their part. It was a bad game. Andrew Heaney started off the game. He goes only 3 innings, gives up 4 earned runs off of 6 hits, 1 walk, of course, 1 being the home run there. He didn't look good. And like with Andrew Heaney, he had back-to-back starts of 7 earned runs. Then comes in, has a fantastic game his last outing. Okay, you know what? Getting Andrew Heaney back on track today, another clunker. It's not going so well as we come close to the trade deadline for Andrew Heaney.
No, the regression is the regression to the mean is hurting like crazy right now, and he's struggling big time. I can't believe this team's ability to finally give us a fun week. Their first 5-game winning streak, a 6-game winning streak even, and they immediately just hand it all back. All the momentum is gone. Bob Nightingale talking about how we have the manager of the year candidate because the Pirates are just playing so darn well. And then we lose 4 straight because the offense is just that bad. And Heaney finally caves and the pitching finally has the first bad outing in 2 weeks. it's so deflating, man. So deflating.
In the most Nightingale way as well. I mean, not only to lose 4, like they had the 30 scoreless innings, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Like when he tweeted that, the Pirates weren't able to score for 30 straight innings. I just like the night and day of this team. It was not too long ago that the Pirates pitching allowed 31 scoreless innings themselves, right? They prevented the team from scoring 31 straight innings. The Pirates pitching staff did that. 31 straight innings, not scoring. And then the Pirates turn around immediately and almost at the same thing on their end. They go 30 scoreless of their own. Yes, it does break today. They finally broke out of that. But right. I mean, it's just the Jekyll and Hyde of this team. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it makes sense because the Pirates, like, this is a very Pirates thing to do. But man, like, it's just like, I even said, like, on Monday, whenever the Pirates had the last off day, I'm like, I'm disappointed that the Pirates have an off day. I'm excited to watch this team again.
Yeah.
And they go out and lose 4 straight off the bounce, like it's, and, we're going to talk about Heaney. Heaney was bad today. Heaney's been rough recently, but this is like the first time the pitching's been bad in a while. And you would think with all this great pitching that, like, you can afford a bad day like today, where for a normal team, we would be like, well, today sucked, but we're playing well. It's coming together. But because we just dropped those 3 straight in Seattle, that makes today so much worse.
Well, it's not just the 3 straight in Seattle. It's the accumulation of all the losses in the entire year that makes them now 16 games under 500.
Well, I'm just like in general.
Yes, the 3, that's rough, but it's just like, I mean, like you said, people are due a clunker. Teams are due a clunker. It's fine. Mm-hmm. The pitching has been outstanding. As mentioned, it's like a 3.33 ERA since May 1st. I talked about today. One of the best ERAs in baseball. This team has given up the least amount of runs in the NL. You have a bad game, an off game by the pitchers once, like, that's fine. But you're right. It's just that they've held up so well. The offense has done anything that, the one game they finally give up, it is what it is. But yeah, like, this team just can't get anything right, anything together. Neil, let's do this before we go further here. Let's tell everyone about the sponsor of our show as well, with BetOnline. BetOnline continues to be your number one source for all your sports betting action. And with baseball in full swing and football season around the corner, BetOnline has more ways to stay in the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Head to the website today. Take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. BetOnline, the game starts here. So yeah, let's get back into Heaney here, because again, he just it was a clunker. And again, I love the signing. I love it for what it is. It's not like I love the signing because Andrew Heaney is like a number 2 starter. This guy's gonna take us to the promised land. I like the signing a lot because, well, for one, there was a lot of value there at the cost. For 2, this guy's an innings eater. He's good enough. He's a solid pitcher. He's the back of the rotation type of guy. He's gonna perform. He will help you get to the postseason. And he was doing a lot of that early on. I mean, this guy was looking like every bit of the signing, like he just overperforming. This was outstanding. And right, as of recent, it has gone the whole complete other way. Instead of the good games sprinkled in with maybe a bad start, now it's bad start sprinkled in with really a fantastic game. But in a sense, that's what's being done right now. I don't know what to take of Andrew Heaney at this point in time. I mean, I get, like, he is a 4.41 ERA now, and that's kind of what you expected.
Yeah,
but
that's why I'm not upset.
I didn't expect it to be in, like, extremes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. And the other extreme is what you're seeing currently. And how long is that going to bleed out until maybe it starts getting corrected? You start seeing the truer Andrew Heaney.
Yeah, I mean, like, it sucks because, like, especially ramping up the trade deadline, we're in July. Like, teams are starting to, like, we're seeing the reports of who's interested in who. This is the worst time he possibly could have, like, regressed back to, like, who he is. But again, this is who he is. This is the pitcher who he is. He's a guy who, just by the nature of him being a soft tossing lefty, he's prone to blow up. He's done this his entire career. You know, he's always been a low to mid 4 ERA guy. You know, that's just who Andrew Heaney is. And so I'm not upset by it. Like, I don't know, like if this is like someone like I had higher expectations for, but like I'm not even shocked because he was never going to be the low 3 ERA guy we had at the beginning of the year. It just, again, the worst time possible because now you're looking for returns. People aren't going to be forking over a whole lot of money for a guy who's been blowing up the entire past month. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking to think he's like completely out of trade value. He is what he is. He's going to get.
No, he'll get traded.
Yeah, like he'll get a team what they need for, but it's not been good. It has not been good. And like today, 3 whiffs. That's it. Yeah, just 3 whiffs today. Now, I didn't have a whole lot of time in there, but you know, just 3 whiffs, 9%. He just doesn't have. He just doesn't look like the Andrew Heaney at all that we've seen earlier at all. The command's not really there.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was the
velocity's down a bit, but go ahead.
Yeah, 76 pitches in 3 innings is crazy to me for a guy like Heaney. Like that was the big thing that stuck out when I was looking it over, and it was a death by 1,000 cuts by the Royals today. I felt like it wasn't like one big thing. They just kept putting the ball in play. They kept hitting it off. Like 6 hits, a walk. That's a lot. The bases were full the entire time he was pitching.
No, nothing was easy for him. And again, we're talking about the Royals.
Yeah, they're not a good offensive
Seattle,
team.
Like, you know what? It's a good offense. Kind of makes sense. Andrew Heaney puts up a clunker. It's a good offense. This is also the Royals. This is not a good offense. Not at all. I mean, just slightly better than the Pirates. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Slightly better than the Pirates. And you said like death by 1,000 cuts. I mean, maybe kind of, but like they had 4 home runs too. There were some really deep cuts. So, but you're right. I mean, they were creating damage. They were creating things. It wasn't just one big inning. I mean, it was the entire game. They kept going. Talk about the entire game. Every pitcher outside of David Bednar gave up a home run today.
Yeah, only 2 clean innings the whole time. And so he just spelled the beginning of a bad day entirely. But again, if the offense could have made this like 9-6, I think we'd be getting on here with like a little bit more of a positive attitude.
Well, someone said it here earlier, you know, like it's a 10-9 game. Like if we're losing 10-9, like at least the games are entertaining. Yeah. They're just not because they either lose like 2-1 or they lose 9-3. It's like the pitching either is really, really good or really, really bad. The offense is going to be consistent for the most part. Outside like the Mets series, which that was, I don't know what happened there. Everyone was like had an out of body experience in that series apparently, but like normally, like that's what it is. Like the pitching is good and you lose 2-1 or 3-2, or the pitching's bad and you lose 9-3. But you ultimately lose, and in any way you're disappointed because if it's a 2-1 game, you're just frustrated because it's like you couldn't score 2 runs or 2 more runs to win. And if it's a game like this, it's like, well, it was just a really, really bad baseball game. To show Cyrus, first off, Cyrus, thanks for the 199 super. To read your comment here, this was the year we were supposed to win. And right. I mean, frankly, correct. This was the year you're supposed to win. Talked about a little bit earlier today. This pitching staff is outstanding. If this was the year you're supposed to win and this is the pitching staff that you're given, you're thinking, wow, like this is it. Like we're doing something here. And the team is 38-54.
Yeah. I mean, it's so bad that like we have earned being a top 10, close to top 5 pitching staff. I think we're like 7th in terms of like however Fangraphs does their stuff. It's a really good playoff worthy pitching staff where you can give the ball to Paul Skeens in game 1. Mitch Keller can pitch a playoff game. Like you have the talent here to compete, and the offense has let everyone down. It's embarrassing to watch. Like like I said, it's not fun. Like it should not be over the second a team scores 4 runs, but it is. It always is. This team does not come back from sizable deficits. I remember 2023 when we came back against 10 runs against the Reds or whatever the heck that wild, crazy game was. This team could not do that. And that was 2 years ago. So we keep taking steps back.
I mean, you talked about the deficit. They were down 1-0 early on. And I mean, it felt that way. Again, the pitching is going to be tough. On their side, Cameron is having a solid season. Now, he's not really the typical strikeout guy. That changed today, as it tends to when you face the Pirates. But, I mean, he's had a solid year. And right now, like, his ERA is at 2.56. Like, it's going to be a tough pitching matchup. So when ultimately the Pirates give up the lead, it's a 1-0 game. I mean, you're thinking, again, I mean, it's Paul Skeens, like, every game, like, it's 1-0. Can they do it? Can the Pirates score 2 runs today? We're going to find out, but it's probably kind of doubtful. And they do. Like, a credit. Tommy Pham hits a home run. It's a 2-1 ball game. Hey, maybe there's a bit of life here. Of course, Tommy Pham, of all people, hitting the home run. Some shout out, some kudos. Tommy Pham has been just completely on fire since he's gotten these contacts. 11 games. He's had 16 hits, 15 RBI, 3 home run. Like, Tommy Pham is just like completely become a dude since he's able to see. And yeah, he helps out. It's 2-1. And you're thinking, okay, well, you know what? Hey, maybe there is a chance because now we're the ones on the other side of it. Can the Royals score 2 more runs to win this game, right?
Yeah.
Because again, this series is going to be a battle of pitching. At least that's what you think. And boy, that changed quickly, very quickly.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, at the beginning of the season, the Pirates starting pitching kept giving leads away, like the inning after. We stopped doing that. It was something like we genuinely improved upon. That today, just immediately Heaney gives it away. In that 3rd inning, I think it was a 3rd inning, right, where he gives up the double. Bobby Hoyt gets on, Jonathan India, really fluky hit, and then Salvador Perez just knocks it to the fence. Like, it was at that point, I'm like, well, now it's over. You're right, because you had that little bit of hope, but once the Royals immediately tied it back up, I'm like, well, we're not doing this again. And yeah, like, we didn't score again until the 9th in garbage time.
Well, right. Canario had the RBI hit Nick Gonzalez in. Yeah. Just a bad performance. Like I said, just all around. Of course, it was for the offense. We've been hammering Heaney on here, the pitching side. Obviously, Sugar comes in as well. And again, like, props to Sugar. I've been giving him props all year long because he's not the guy that's supposed to be here. Right? Like, this isn't the Bednar. This isn't the Holderman. This is Chase Sugar. He's not supposed to be here. But he's been doing enough. He's been coming up pretty big for his role, for the type of guy he is. And, like kudos to him. Today wasn't it. Today he comes in 2.2, 4 earned runs. His ERA goes up to 3.69. But again, like, to credit that, like, 4 earned runs, and now his ERA is at a 3.69. Again, he's had a solid season. He's certainly been a help to this bullpen, and he's not supposed to. So yeah, again, I do give props to him, but today wasn't it. I mean, today was an awful game by him.
It was his clunker, and the fact that I can think back to the last couple of weeks and think of multiple times where he's come in clutch situations and gotten the job done. Mm-hmm. I'm more than okay that, like, he's having his clunker on a day that Andrew Heaney went 3 innings. Like, if there's a day to have it, today is probably that day because he's been nails in this recent stretch. So, yeah, I can't get mad at him either because he's done his job. And again, no one saw him in the bullpen on opening day. I don't think he was on our radar.
For sure. Like I said, not supposed to be here. I mean, you can take this for however he's appeared in now 32 games. 7 of them, he's given up runs. So again, more often than not, he's coming in here and he's doing his job and he's carrying it over to the next guy. When he doesn't, it does appear to be clunkers. Like, it's usually multiples that he gives up. But again, all in all, usually when he's coming into the game, it goes to the next guy, no damage being done. And then he comes out. We get his Cabrera, the recently picked up guy who was DFA'd. And I don't know how he's like, I'm not going to say how he's looked. He's performed, not in big spots. It's short sample, right? But today, 2 innings, 2 hits, Gives a strikeout, but gives up the earned run as well with a home run. So, yeah, like the bullpen, the starting pitching, like no one had it.
No. And again, sometimes you have those days. But I kind of keep forgetting that Cabrera's even on the team, if I'm being honest. Like, he hasn't really featured and, like, done anything memorable yet, and I think today continues that. Like, I can't really remember much from his 2 innings out there. I might have been a little checked out by that point.
And again, like, he hasn't really been in, like, any big memorable spots either. He's just kind of there when we need some innings because we're down 9-2.
Yeah.
Something like that degree. Or you're up 9-2 or whatnot. So again, and then David Bednar comes in for the winning, gets some work in, has a strikeout, blah, blah, blah. ERA down to 270 on the year. David Bednar. But let's go to the offense because, again, that's where also the problem was, right? The pitching didn't do their job. Offense didn't really do their job outside of Tommy Pham, of course, because why not for the 2025 Pirates? 3 hits, 3 walks, so 7 base runners. We're progressively getting better. The last time you and I were on was Saturday. They had 3 base runners. Tyler and I were on yesterday. They had 5 base runners. Today, you and I are on 7 base runners. So, hey, there's slight improvement day by day. 2 more base runners. But no, just bad. Just bad. 8 strikeouts on the day. That's down a little bit, but right. Nothing really competitive. Just they weren't able to string much together except for the home run. That was the 2-run shot with Tommy Pham. And again, in the end with garbage time when Nick Gonzalez gets on because their pitcher throws the ball 30 feet in the air, sliding off the mound. Like there are Cabreras in the game as well now because they're up 9-2. And he's given second base. And, of course, there's a little blooper by Canario into right field, and he scores on that. That's the scoring. That was the offense today.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think today really shows you just how bad we are if there's a lefty on the mound. Because Horwitz is the big off-season acquisition. He's not in the lineup because he can't hit lefties. So you got Jared Triolo and his 518 OPS playing first base. I think Triolo was a little unlucky. One of those outs, he probably could have had a double into the corner, but, he's still not good at hitting. And Cruz is out of lineup because Cruz hasn't hit lefties all that well either. He's been struggling. You probably want to give him a day off, just see if he can clear his head, come back and do better. And so you have Alexander Canario in center who, knocks in a base hit, but he struck out twice. He wasn't very good today. I mean, this team is just so weak because a lot of their big players just can't hit lefties. And McCutchen, 0 for 4. His OPS is dropping. Reynolds went 1 for 4. Like, it's just not a whole lot to get excited about tonight.
You say like their top guys can't hit lefties. Well, the problem is they also can't hit righties. Like the problem is the top guys also are just struggling. No matter who's on the mound, right? I mean, yes, Cruz and Horwitz are out of the lineup because of the struggles of reverse lefties, but still, like Kutch is kind of, when I say struggle, I mean he's collecting some hits, but he's had 1 extra base hit since June 19th, which was a double on the 30th. So, like, he's not struggling to, like, the Reynolds or Cruz. He's not performing the way he has, but also, like, the hits that he is getting is just singles. He's not really driving much at this point in time. So he's struggling there. We know how bad Cruz is struggling offensively. And today doesn't face a lefty because it's a lefty and how bad he's struggling versus lefties. And then, again, Brian Reynolds is just, like, he got his first hit today in July. Went 1 for 4.
That was his first hit in July?
First hit in July. I think the second time he's been on base in July. I'll fact check that right now, but yeah, like he's been bad. Again, we've been teased by that stretch where he came back from paternity leave and he just went off for like 10 games and then it just went away. It's back to this really, really bad struggling Brian Reynolds in which, like, who are you? We've been accustomed to seeing Reynolds take time to heat up. And that's what I said before. It's like his taking time is he's still like an average hitter in April and May. And then he turns it up to in June and he becomes like this 115, 120 guy, at the end of the year. But these struggles are he's the worst outfielder in baseball struggles. I mean, he was
Yeah.
at one point in time. So he heated up a little bit. But still, like at this rate, I mean, he has a weighted runs created plus at 84. He's at, it's going to drop now, I'm sure, even more, but he's a negative 0.5 WAR player. Like, you don't even have positive value out of him.
No, and his offense isn't going to be good if Reynolds and Cruz are this bad. And Cruz has been bad for a month. Reynolds has limped into July. You know, it's just really, really bad when Nick Gonzalez and Andrew McCutchen have the highest OPSs on the team in this lineup today. Like, I think that kind of says it all. Like, not to say that they're bad players, but like, they can't be the best bats. And like, and also like, you know, I not that I want Joey Bart to start, but Joey Bart's supposed to be the lefty masher, and he's not even making it into the lineup. I'm happy that Davis got the start, but like, I figured if you're going for lefty mashers, you try to get Bart in there. But like, I don't know, like, there's just no one on that bench. Like, who are you supposed to turn to on that bench that you really trust that can give you a spark against the bullpen?
I'm with you. I know a lot of guys are saying here too, and I've seen it on Twitter as well, like, what's Canario doing on this team? You can make that argument, but in other sense, it's like, who's proven themselves to be on it? Like who's saying I deserve to be on this team? First off, it's no one that's on the team. It's not like he's taking spots away from people that are on the team because those guys all stink. You look at AAA, it's not like, I mean, Nick York or Cook, or you could make an argument for Sawinski, I guess, but like, he's had his time as well. It's just, everyone's bad. You can complain so much about every individual person and get them off the team, but the problem is when you pick every bad person on the team and tell them to get off the team, you're left with no team because the team is bad. So that's where I'm just like, I don't really care so much. Like, why is Canario here? Well, we know for the longest time, why was Pham here? Why is Triolo here? Why is this? Go down the list, right? But ironically enough, Pham has to run. I want to point something out here, and I know it. Just kind of understand where this is at. Brian Reynolds has an 84 weighted runs created plus at this point in time, 16% below average. Tommy Pham's now at 75. Tommy Pham's creeping up to Brian Reynolds territory. Or shall I say Brian Reynolds is creeping down to Tommy Pham territory. I don't know how to put it. But either way, they're about to cross paths. And that just kind of shows, again, like the problem here. The problem also isn't just so much of Alexander Canario, which people are in the comments about. The problem is Brian Reynolds, Onel Cruz, Spencer Horwitz, Andrew McCutchen to some degree right now. The guys that need to perform aren't.
This is just so depressing, man. Like,
I'm sorry.
Even it's okay. It's not your fault. This is a depressing team.
It is
but
my
like,
fault.
yeah, like, you know, again, like Cruz and Reynolds aren't performing. Kutch is 39 years old, so like it makes sense that like he's slipping off a little bit as the season goes on. He's playing every day. Like, it's rough, and there's just not enough talent at the bottom to pick it up. Like, IKF has been horrible for a while now as well in terms of hitting. Like, he was hitting 300. His OPS was like 730 or something like that. He's now hitting 269, 648 OPS. Like, even the Skies who were hot at the beginning of the year, like Cruz, IKF, Canario for a little bit, McCutchen, they're all falling off. And this is where we are. And this is with that historic series against the Mets.
And that's where I say this is a bit disappointing, because this team wasn't going to go anywhere after the Mets and Cardinals series. I mean, still, with that being said, like, this team wasn't going to go anywhere. But maybe that was the catalyst to start seeing better performance. And you heard players even saying, like, you know, like, hey, they're kind of rejuvenated. It's like, wow, it was like, we like this. It's nice to see that the crowd's cheering for us. It's a little different vibes here. Kind of getting re-energized, maybe. Like, maybe that's going to be a bit of a catalyst. Like, you know what? Winning is fun. Winning is good. Let's continue this. And they take that and go completely flat. Completely flat. Like, how do you get that energy? How do you talk up all this and have this such good feeling as a team? And then you respond with this.
Yeah, and like, even if like we're talking about, let's say like they went 3-3 in these, like the Seattle Kansas City series, or even 2-4. Like, let's say they're like take one off the Mariners and 1 off the Royals tonight, I feel like the vibes are still going to be pretty okay. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people, like, obviously it's not great, but at least like you're somewhat maintaining it. But no, like they just cratered.
Right.
And that's just not acceptable. Like, especially for a lot of these people who want to be playing their way off this team. Tommy Pham's the only one who seems to want to play his way off this team right now. Like,
he wants to keep that streak going. He's like, no, man, I'm getting traded at the deadline. I have to. This is what I'm built for. I can't. He
subleased his Pittsburgh apartment through July. No, he's dependent on this.
Right. But no, I mean, you're right in that degree as well. You know, there is motivation for plenty of guys for different reasons. And if you're on a bad team like this and you don't want to be on a bad team, then play your way to a better team. And you thought maybe that's what was happening for a bit of time. You thought, and then it went right back into their ways. So again, ultimately the Pirates lose 9-3 today. Just an awful game all around. No one, like, there's not one. Well, Tommy Pham. There's one singular person I can give kudos to today. Tommy Pham. He had a pretty good game. I'm not sure why he didn't throw the ball to home the one play. I'll say that. You can argue it. It's a 50-50, but like you should have tried. That's the only nitpick I'll say with Tommy Pham for today.
Listen, man, like, yeah, it's a bad play, but he gets a pass. He gets a pass for this past month.
Sure.
So good for him for dragging himself out of the gutter. I'm kind of peeved that it took him 3 months to find a good eye doctor. But, like, it is what it is, man. My ability to get mad at this team is waning. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, just to kind of go on top of that, also didn't like the signing. Signing held to be true, wasn't something to be excited about. But also, Tommy Pham or no Tommy Pham wasn't changing this team right now. It's not as if they could have added whoever you wanted. Bring in Aaron Judge in place of Tommy Pham, and I guess it's just 8 games under 500 at like maximum best. Probably 9 or 10 below, 500. And it's like, again, that's what I'm alluding to. It's just like, yeah, that sucked, but like, there's not one player you can blame. There's not one guy. It's like, this is the problem. It's the entire team. Everyone who holds a bat, everybody who holds a bat, you're at fault.
Yeah. And I don't know how these position players are able to look the pitchers in the eyes in the clubhouse. I'm sure they're friends, but like after this stretch, like I don't know how you're able to do that. Like, in like 2019 where like the manager wasn't allowed in the clubhouse anymore. I feel like that like they need a separate room. I feel like the hitters should be like banished from the clubhouse until like they figure this out, because they don't deserve to share the locker room with the pitchers who actually show up and do their work every day.
Well, I was going to say, luckily for this team, currently right now, strictly for the locker rooms, there's no Kella or Kyle Cricks on the team, because there might be some problems. You put on the wrong tunes, and you know what? That's all it takes. I'm already triggered. Now I'm hearing this stupid country song or this stupid hip hop or whatever it might be. We're done. Fists are flying.
Hire Crick as an enforcer. Yeah, just like that. That's his job. He can be the enforcer on this team. Just
Come back, Kyle. Yeah. Well, with that said, let's get ourselves out of here. Thanks a lot, Jim. I thank you so much for allowing me to do tonight's post-game show. Any last words before we get out of here, Neil?
No, I'm good. Thanks. I can't believe how many people are tuning in, man. You guys are crazy, and you guys are awesome.
You guys are idiots, but so are we. So let's just be idiots together. I don't think sickos is even the right word anymore. We were so good sickos at one point in time. I think we've evolved to just being idiots. We're all dumb. We're stupid.
Yeah, masochist comes to mind. Yeah.
Let's all be dumb and stupid together. We won't tell anyone. All right. Let's get out of here. We love you guys. We appreciate you so much. For real. We do. So we'll see you again tomorrow, apparently. Bye-bye.
Yes, we will.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.